Hi all, Steve here. Hey, I was wanting to make a short YouTube video so people don't run into the same problem I did. I am changing the rear brakes on a 2012 Chrysler Town & Country, and I had bracket for the caliper, and I had the left pin was fine. The right pin, as you see it, would not come out. And as you can see, usually you can, and I've never seen this happen, you can see how you can push it in and out. And this one too, since it's new. But this one here, you could not move it in and out like an accordion, and you could not pull it out to grease it. So I tried to put it in a vise and hammer that pin out, but it would not come out. So I bought a new bracket at O'Reilly's and got new pins. Pins didn't fit in the bracket, took it back, and they could not figure out why they couldn't get their pins into the bracket that it called for. So long story short is that, let me show you here, is on that left side you have a pin that looks like this, totally smooth, and it's fine. But every other caliper I've worked on, they were both the same. Now the right side, if you look, there is a smaller portion there on that pin that rubber boot goes over. So I had already installed one on the driver's side that I left that boot off because when I bought the pins, it did not come with that little boot that goes on the end of the pin. And I went to another O'Reilly's because I'm down at my mother-in-law's in Kentucky, so I went to Clarksville, Tennessee to an O'Reilly's because they didn't have them here. And the guy said, well, that's supposed to be on there, and he says probably the reason you couldn't get it out is that rubber boot is swollen up. It keeps going out of focus, but the rubber boot, there it is, the rubber boot had swollen, actually the one you're looking at, and that's why I had to pound it out. Now the other O'Reilly's in Tennessee had the pack that had that rubber boot in it, and it's strange because when you buy a pin, you would think it would come with this boot, with that boot, and the pin. Well, it does not. So I was explained that they're two different packages. So you have to get the pin. The pin comes with just a pin, and it comes with the two caliper bolts that screw into the back of the slide. So make sure that when you go and change these on a 2012 Chrysler, I'd been to 3 different part stores, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and Advanced Auto, and nobody told me that there was another part for that pin. So be aware of that, and make sure when you buy the pin to change the brakes that you get a new pin and a new boot that goes on the end of the pin, because it's only on one of the pins. But I spent yesterday 11 hours between running around trying to find the part and going to the stores and them trying to figure out why things won't fit together. And I finally had a guy at Advanced Auto actually knock the pin out for me. And the other side today, I beat it with a screwdriver on this edge right here going this way, and I noticed the rubber boot started expanding and expanding, so I knew it was coming out. So I finally got that one out, and it took me till this afternoon, 24 hours or so later, to find out that there's other parts that go to that pin, like this boot and the boot at the end of this one pin. So if you're looking at the caliper bracket, that right side, or the one with the square head, is the one that's got the boot on the end of the pin. So anyway, I thought I'd let you guys know. So if you get in this situation on a 2012 Chrysler Town & Country for the rear, that you would see this. I had looked on a lot of videos on YouTube, and not a one of them mentioned replacing that rubber boot. They just seemed to grease the pin, the old pin, and throw it back in. So if I would have known that, well, mine was swelled anyway, so I couldn't get it out. So it was a hard time trying to find out and figure out that's what the problem was. But the guy at Advance knocking it out saved me $40 on a new bracket. So I had taken the bracket back since it wasn't going to work anyway. So anyway, just a FYI for you guys trying to do this stuff. So I hope you liked the video, and any comments, go ahead and make. Thanks a lot. Have a blessed day.